Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to the channel. Nadisha here. So glad you're here with us. So this topic came back to my remembrance, and I'm here for it, and I believe that some of you guys will be able to relate to this message, right? So months ago I was in a cab, all right? I was in a cab and I was like 10 minutes from my destination, right? And so I don't know how me and this cab driver got so deep, but we got deep and we got deep quick, okay? Anyways, so this guy said to me, uh, I think we got on the topic simply because I asked a question. I need to stop asking questions, but I'm for it. So I said, hey, where are you from? And he told me, and then he's like, then he went on to talk about his girlfriend, right? And he said he has this girlfriend who's also from that country, and he wants to bring her to America, okay? And he said, well, I would love to do that for her, but based on my friends, he had some friends who they did the same. They brought their girlfriend over, and their girlfriends all left them and ran off with other men. Okay, so he's like, I want to do this for her, but I'm fearful that she will do this to me. So he said, what I want to do and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get her pregnant, and I want her to have 2 or 3 kids before she comes here. you know I did well. After hearing that, because I was like, give me the strength, because like I'm gonna get all philosophical, I'm gonna just, but I contained myself, and I didn't go too crazy. And I was like, whoa. So he's like, yeah, I'm gonna get her pregnant. She needs to have 2 or 3 kids, because if she has 2 or 3 kids, then she's less likely to leave me, okay? She's less likely to leave me and run off with another man, okay? And I'm glad he shared this with me, and we need to hear from the other side. We need to hear the thoughts, okay? Out of our hearts flows, out of our mouths flows the issue of our hearts, right? So we need to hear people speak like this, because it's true. It's like, this is how majority of the world thinks. So we need to actually have people admit these things, right? We have the right to leave a relationship freely if we want to, okay? There's the right. Nobody has the right to tell you that you cannot leave a relationship, or nobody has the right to abuse you and to control you, to get you to stay in a relationship, right? And it just goes to show you how many people have such an abandonment trauma. There is so many people who have such an abandonment trauma that they feel like in order to get someone to stay in their life, they have to trap them with something, okay? And I'm telling you, this works both ways. Men will trap females with babies, and females will trap men with babies, okay? One of the worst things you can do for yourself is to have a child with a toxic person. I am sorry. It is not good. But if it happens, you're going to work it out. But that is the thing, okay? So I don't know what the percentage of who does who, like, is there more females that do this or more males? If I had to guess, I would say more females do this, trap men with babies, versus men who trap females. But anyways, it works. So that was his plan. And and he's like, I don't want her to leave me, so this is my goal plan, okay? And I said to him, have you ever tried just like loving her? Just try the love approach, just loving her and caring for her and being the best person that you can be for her. And have you tried that? And I'm telling you, this guy was deep in thoughts, like, oh, I'm like, you better watch the road, sir. You know, but like, he was like, oh, like the love approach. Oh my Lord. Yeah, and you need to understand that this is not just him. This is how a lot of people think. They don't think about the love approach. They think that the only way they can get somebody to stay in their life is to trap them. Okay? People will get you trapped into a business deal. People will get you trapped into, you see this in friendships. You see this all over the place. Okay? And I'm telling you, this guy was like, he was really thinking about it, because I don't think he ever thought about that approach, okay? And I said to him, it's a win-win for you, okay? If you love this person, you care for them, and you give them the best that you could give in a relationship, and they still leave you, okay, someone great will come along who can reciprocate that which you give them, who will love you back and all that. And he was like, you know, I don't know how well that message stuck with him, but it is what it is. But I'm telling you, that is how most people think, okay? So here's the message, guys. Listen, I'm telling you, if you find yourself in a relationship right now and somebody wants to get you pregnant, you know how it is. They're going to tell you, hey, don't use the birth control. Don't, or whatever the case is. You best believe that the goal is to trap you, okay? Because they feel like if they can trap you, then you won't leave, okay? That's a whole different thing, okay? You can still leave, okay? A baby doesn't need to keep you in a relationship, okay? And so anyways, you know, be careful. Be careful who you are with. Be careful who you're dealing with, because you best believe that people, that is their approach, all right? But we can learn a thing or two from toxic people, and they choose the best. Like, you think a toxic person is going to try to have a baby with anybody? No, they pick out the best. They're like, I want this person. This person would be a good mom for my child. They really do. They do their research, and they pick out the creme de la creme, okay? A toxic person doesn't want to lay up with just anybody, all right? Because in their minds, they need somebody to make them look good. They don't feel like they can look good on their own, okay? So they need to connect themselves with someone who can make them look and feel good about themselves. So yeah, they're not gonna lay up with just anybody, which is a good thing for you, because that means if they choose you, then you are, you know, somebody who they think is qualified, even though they may degrade you and belittle you and make you feel like you are nothing, but truly you are somebody, all right? Do you know that it is possible to get someone to stay in your life without doing any of those things? Do you know that it is possible where you do not have to manipulate, you do not have to control, you do not have to play mind games, you do not have to do any of those things for someone to stay in your life? Do you know that it is possible? And I ask this question because I've seen this time and time and time and time again. And I'm like, why? Why? Do you know that you can make love out of nothing at all? Making love out of nothing at all. Making love. You can make love out of nothing at all. Meaning, like, you don't have to play any games to get someone to stay. You need to understand that that is a trauma. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You are traumatized. You have some childhood wounds that you have not healed from. You don't have to withhold things from people to get them to stick around. You don't have to manipulate them to get them to stick around. There is some people who feels like, oh, you know, they'll promise you something. Oh, like, I'll promise, come back 2 months, come back next week, come back whenever, just to get you to stay. You don't have to do anything. Your character, your qualities, the good qualities that you have is enough. And if you don't feel like you have any good qualities, get some, work on some, but it is enough. You do not have to do any of that stuff to get people to stay with you. There is some people who literally see the good in you and they're like, I like this man, I like this woman, and I'm sticking around because I love you. That's it. They love you. That is it. You know? So I just, having witnessed this on so many different levels, in so many different areas, it's a really perplexing, interesting thing. And it's like, it's unnecessary. And it stems from an unhealed wound. It stems from truly not being secure in who you are, and truly not even trusting in God. Because if you trust that God is going to send people to you and send the right people and send friends and send your partner, whoever, then you don't really trust in God either, right? And so, yeah, so there is some unhealed wound, there is some abandonment trauma, there is some rejection trauma that you have not worked out yet. And that's why you take the approach that you take. And honestly, when you take that approach, and when it doesn't work in your favor, you end up ruining relationships. You will ruin relationships, because if you're trying to control and you're trying to manipulate someone who's like, no, thank you. Are you crazy? No, I'm not about that life. You will ruin a potential friendship. You will ruin a potential marriage because of those traumas that you have. So yeah, guys, you can make love, you can build friendship by being healthy, not toxic. You do not have to trap someone for them to stay with you. You don't. All right, guys, thank you so much. I hope this message was able to bless you. This is Nadisha, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.